Hey guys, Jasur and Rishi here doing a Quora question and answer session. We will be posting the links to this video so you can follow. Now, second question is, how can I market my cosmetics brand in China? This question I get a lot from customers who want to enter Chinese market. So let me make this very short, because if I go into the details, it will be too long. So in short, you can market your cosmetics brand, but the thing is, Chinese consumers' mentality works is most of them, they are driven towards these big brands. Okay, for example, if your cosmetics brand is new and it's not well known, except in your country, for example, it's very, very hard to enter the Chinese market, especially Chinese market being
it's a relatively
loyal to big brands.
It's also a relatively new market in China. So the cosmetics and everything, they've just picked up in the recent past 5-10 years. Hence they trust the big brands. So you're talking about all the, as Jasur just mentioned. Also in China, the more expensive the better. It's just the mentality of the people. So you could be offering value for money for your product. They just won't trust it. They'd rather pay 200 RMBs for a Gucci product as compared to 25 RMBs for your product, even though your product is equally as good.
There's something called social status, and they literally call it like face in China. So even a person is poor from a middle class, they try to buy from big brands.
And I know this from personal experience. I know a lot of Chinese friends, they're on maybe 4,000 to 5,000 RMB salary, but they go ahead and buy an iPhone X 10,000 RMBs on credit, on their credit cards, because they must have a good phone, they must buy expensive products. So it is quite difficult in China. If you want to enter into the cosmetics market, you need to have a huge R&D budget and a huge marketing budget.
Exactly, and you have to come from a big successful business. You cannot start your cosmetics business in China from zero. It's very hard to start, right?
Very difficult.
You have to be successful somewhere else, and then using that success, using that previous experience, and showing, actually highlighting that. See that we are successful in England, we are successful in Scotland, for example.
Exactly.
And that is how you enter to Chinese market.
And also one more thing with the cosmetics, or in general, let's say there are certain well-known brands which are quite good in Europe or USA or wherever, and you want to sell them on the Taobao store, for example, just an e-commerce platform.
By the way, Taobao and Tmall, JD.com, these are one of these well-known, well-used e-commerce platforms in China. If
you want to sell your products on those platforms, it is also very difficult.
It's
Chinese people would only trust the big brands. So if you're selling, let's say Gucci perfume, for example, okay, you might be able to sell that on e-commerce platform. But if you're trying to sell, let's say, some other brand which is only well-known in the UK, I cannot think of one right now, but any brand, it's just very difficult, because these people will be like, oh, I've never heard of this, but it might be as good, they just won't trust it. So trust is quite hard to form in this country.
Very hard to get, actually. So this is one thing, okay, how to enter the Chinese and Chinese market. Another point when you want to enter a cosmetics sphere of the business is you have to establish a business here, okay? Otherwise it's very hard to enter. Because of the complicated laws here, company laws. For example, a foreign company cannot sell. Even if you open a branch here, your branch will not be able to sell or earn money. Your branch will be only to promote your product and do market research. That's it. So, but if you want to sell to Chinese customers, you have to open a company here, and after that, your company will be able to process the payments. And this is another video on its own, but still we need to mention that. Another thing is, what are the market strategies? For example, say that your cosmetics brand is famous in your country, and you want to enter the Chinese cosmetics industry. Number one strategy is, in China, it's a must. You have to collaborate with KOLs, right? KOLs, key opinion leaders. Without that, it's impossible. Even the big brands like Gucci or whatever, Armani or whatever, you name it, they collaborate with the KOLs. Right?
Social media is quite big in China. Weibo, people are following Weibo, WeChat, and people, all the QQ, for example, all the social media apps in China. TikTok, for example, is quite huge in China. People follow their...
And the recent one is Red Little Book, something called, very famous, especially for cosmetics.
So that's why, if you want, as Jasur mentioned, you need those people to influence the other people.
Social media influencers are a huge, influencers here. Not like in US, in Canada, or whatever, UK, they are still important in marketing, but in China they're like 10 times more important. Because this is millennials, you know, millennials, the youngsters, they follow.
Not just millennials, I guess it's the Chinese culture. They prefer to follow people who are who they feel like as their heroes. Who they feel as they're like somebody who is successful.
For example, in Korea they have K-pop stars, right?
Exactly, K-pop stars. Or in India we use Bollywood stars, for example, or cricketers. So definitely you need one of those celebrities. Otherwise, somebody near to celebrity in China to promote your product. Otherwise, if you're just promoting your own product just by yourself, forget it. It's quite difficult.
It doesn't work. Especially in cosmetics and beauty products, you have to collaborate with the already established, social media influencers, and you can try to create your own accounts on social media, but still there is a language barrier. Okay?
Exactly.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
So all right, guys, this is it for today for this question. We'll see you in the next question. See you.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.